Hello my darlings, hope you're all doing well. Blushlily here. Welcome to this wax reading where we're going to be taking a look at the next romantic adventure in your life. We'll see whether it's going to be with a new person or with somebody that you already met, and all the other details that are going to be willing to come through. As usual, a little energy check-in at the beginning so you guys can make sure that this is the right reading for you. Okay, so they're telling me that you're somebody who might be keeping people at a distance. You might be spending a lot of time at home. You might be spending a lot of time focusing on something, and even if you're surrounded by people, I don't see that there's a ton of communication. There's a particular workflow, a particular timetable that you stick to. And I see that for a lot of you, you don't notice that people are noticing you. Yeah? So they're like somebody admiring you from a distance. Funny enough, they're telling me to let you know that also you have some special magnet. And this magnet works for people, and it also works for animals. So if you do have a little bit of a Snow White energy in you, yeah, you feel like you're attracting birds, you're attracting, dogs, cats, bees, whomever. This is the reading for you for sure. Maybe you have a farm. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so they're telling me that right now you're angry at someone. You don't understand some sort of situation. You're angry at someone, not necessarily an ex, although for some of you I see that this could be an ex, but they're telling me it's somebody who made you question yourself, maybe even somebody who was gaslighting you. They're giving me a story where somebody was first incredibly nice to you, and then it changed. It's like the mask of this person slipped, and this person promised you a lot of things, and this person invoked a lot of emotions within you, and then acted like it wasn't serious, acted like it didn't happen. You might have been with somebody who was not choosing you for marriage, who was stalling, who was maybe promising you something, yeah, we'll get married, we'll have kids, we'll do whatever, but never really took you to the altar. You never made it. Yeah. The connection was cut, but at the same time it wasn't. They're telling me you're still not completely over some sort of story, and it might have happened a very long time ago. This person might even be dating somebody right now, or you could have dated somebody after this person, because they're telling me that you saw yourself in that position of being almost married, of almost having it all. And they're telling me that you tried. Maybe you went on a couple of dates over here, but with the Four of Cups, it's kind of like this energy where something is missing. You met people that, have some of the aspects that you're looking for, but not really everything that you're looking for, or everything that's important that you're looking for. They're telling me that right now you're planning either some sort of move geographically, or you're planning the next move when it comes to your career. They're telling me that you're working on developing your on making sure that you're wealthy. You're wealthy when you're old. You might be thinking about, I don't know, retiring, or you might be thinking about retirement. And there's a lot of thoughts and plans to make sure that you're one of those very wealthy retired people. And maybe you're considering different countries where you could live more comfortably. Or different locations, not necessarily different country, but different location maybe within your country. All right, my dears, if that sounds like you, keep on watching. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the candle has to say to you today when it comes to the next romantic adventure. All right, hold on. I forgot the toothpick. Okay, so sit tight, free your mind. I'm a poet and I know it. Let's see what the candle has to say. It's just staying still. My God, it's just staying still. An elephant, a ram. We do have the Aries energy that's coming through very strongly. Next romantic adventure. I'm seeing that the person is more drawn to you initially than you are to them. Your person, if we're talking about a man, might have a beard, mustache over here that's coming through. They're telling me that the next person that you're going to date, the next romantic adventure, the person will do things, go out of his way to make sure that you meet again. Because it's like you're doing your thing over here. And maybe the first meeting, it happens quite fast, or it just happens in passing. Letter T is coming through over here. For some of you, I'm seeing that your person does rock climbing. Rock climbing. The symbol of a bridge, the symbol of a hippo. Interesting. You know what? For some of you, this person might, in one way or another, be connected to Africa. In any case, the person with whom, like either that they were born in Africa or they lived there for some time, or they have like a business or their company is associated with Africa. There might be somebody who went on a safari, maybe somebody who's close or interested in the African culture. It's very interesting. Because for some of you, guys, this is a general reading. For some of you, I'm seeing somebody with a very dark complexion or somebody who's mixed. Yeah? So back to how you meet. You meet in passing. You meet in passing and you might be in a queue of some sort. But what's interesting is that they're telling me that afterwards, this person, it's like either that they find out something about you, where you're going or where you usually go to, the gym, the work, the whatever. And they will kind of arrange the so-called, accidental, we're bumping into one another meeting. It's very interesting because the first time you meet, you might not have the time or the opportunity. And the thing is, this person might be with some of his friends or her friends. You might also be with somebody. It's like the first time that you meet, it just doesn't feel like it's the best circumstances for, talking for too long or, flirting or whatever. But you feel the connection pretty much straight away. So for somebody, like I said, it's in a queue of some sort. Maybe like, you're boarding, you're boarding a plane, he's registering for his flight or whatever. But look at the letter T that came through. It's very interesting. And there's something that has to do with weights, with scales. So might be, like I said, in a place where something is being weighed, like at the airport or whatever. This could also be in a place maybe that has to do with courts, with things being weighed, like metaphorically. There's a lot of information, and there's somebody saying something over the loudspeaker, or there's like a place with like a board. It could be electronic board, it could be not an electronic board, but there's loads and loads of information. It's like people come up to this board and they check for whatever information they need to check. But like I said, it's, for some of you, it could be a train station, an airport, or a place. I don't know, they're telling me it might be some sort of government body that might have to deal with official documents of some sort. Maybe a visa place as well. Yeah, a consulate of some sort. Because there's like people queuing, people waiting, and like a few people that were lucky enough to be the first ones in line. So there's definitely the energy, like I said, of somebody who is very strong-minded and also very determined. Very determined. Right, let me see when this could take place. Like I feel you're constantly being distracted. For whatever reason, this person gets a lot of messages, gets a lot of people trying to distract him or her. And I'm seeing that this person is going out of their way to communicate with you. I feel like this person is going to arrange something for you, arrange documents for you, arrange some sort of solution for you. Really wants to be helpful, and loves to hug. Oh my God, when you start dating, like this is the person who always wants to greet you with a hug and a kiss. Yeah, for some of you, this person's name could just begin with a T. T-I. I'm seeing somebody who's very important. Like a person who makes a lot of decisions that change people's lives. Literally, an ability to change people's lives. Has a lot of information. Anyways, when it comes to you, it's quite interesting because, again, the first meeting, it might be official, or like I said, it might be in a place where you can't really have a lot of time. So he's going to grab your number, and afterwards, this person kind of runs into you or bumps into you, wants to see you, wants to make sure that you don't forget him or her. It's not in a weird, stalky way. But this person, like, look at this energy. How interesting. He doesn't want the fire to die down, for sure. Okay, and what's going to be your first impression of this person? A smart ass. This is what you're thinking. Literally, like a smart ass. This person will be wondering, what sort of impression they made on you. And I think they're going to try and impress you with some sort of knowledge or like, a funny joke, which you might not find too funny. I don't know, maybe you're not going to be in the mood for jokes. But you will be impressed. You'll be like, okay, I'll give it to you. That was smart. That was unexpected. Maybe the joke will, like, the punchline will hit you later on. But for some reason, like, this person is moving. Like, there's loads of movement everywhere when we're talking about this particular person. So anyways, yeah, he'll make sure that you definitely see each other again, even if you'll be like, no, whatever, I'm too busy. And he'll just be like, you know what, give me at least like half an hour of your time, when you're having lunch or whatever. And that's really going to impress you. Because this person might be, driving from another city, from another, location across town or whatever. So this is going to be mostly about your comfort. And I'm saying for a lot of you, you'll be thinking, you know what, this is so suspicious. What does this person want? What does this person really want? And what they're telling me over here is that to answer the question what this person really wants, by the way, that there's something about feet over here. So maybe this person has large feet. Yeah. When it comes to what this person wants, they're telling me that he has tried a lot of things in his life. He's had quite a few relationships. Because I'm seeing that this is somebody who's quite, I want to say quite wise. I wouldn't say old, but wise, very experienced. And anyways, when this person sees you, when this person communicates with you, there's something inside of him that just kind of wants to talk to you. It's an impulse that can't really be put in words, but it's an impulse that this person hasn't felt for a very long time. So he will want to follow this impulse because he knows that this is something very precious. And he might not even understand why. So I think he'll be curious to see why he's going to react to you the way that he's going to react to you. What is so special about you? He's like, I haven't had that feeling in such a long time. I want to see what it's about. And this person is definitely putting in an effort over here when it comes to your connection. You are being very kind of, I want to say you're being quite cool about it. You're just sort of letting it happen. You're like, okay, whatever, we can meet up, yeah, whatever. I don't see that you're creating a grand illusion about this person or whatever. You're very cool, you're very chill. And it's as if over time you start seeing this person for who they really are. There's going to be one evening, they're telling me, where you're going to be just chilling, just doing whatever. And you hear some news or you see something, and your first impulse will be to tell this person. And you'll catch this thought and you'll be like, what on earth is going on? Since when do I want to share this? Yeah. But you're going to follow that impulse. You're going to text this person. You're going to be like, hey, guess what I saw, or guess what, whatever he or she, whoever said. And then you get such a beautiful response. The response that you would have wanted to get. You're going to see interest. You're going to see involvement. And little by little, because I don't see that this is happening overnight. No, not at all. Little by little, you're going to start feeling comfortable with this person. You're going to start getting used to this person being in your life, getting used to this person being part of your story. And it's a very comfortable energy. And you will feel that constant desire to see you, to find out what you're doing, to invite you somewhere. So you might mention that you like, I don't know, carnivals, yeah? This person will find every carnival there is around and be like, okay, you know what? Pick and choose the one that you like. I'll pick you up there and then, or we can meet there. So you know what I mean? Like this person, despite the fact that they're very busy, that there's somebody who's very influential, and they will dedicate the effort, the amount of time, the everything over here. And it's kind of like this energy of somebody who wants to do things together, yeah? So you'll be like, oh, I'm planning to shop or to whatever. And he's like, oh, if you want some company, I'd be happy to come. And you'll be like, yeah, okay, why not, You can carry the bags or you can help me choose something, whatever. It's kind of like this very easygoing energy. No crazy, like sparks, chemistry, craziness. No, none of this. Very cool, very calm, interesting. Because you yourselves, you might not be a typical person. You might not have typical hobbies. You might even be like, blushly, I get so tired from work, I don't even have hobbies. I just want to chill. And this person will be like, yeah, that's fine, that's cool, let's chill. And then this person is telling you about his interests. And you're like, wow, okay. Quite a few things that maybe you weren't aware of. Quite a few things that you'll be like, okay, you know what, that sounds cool, I want to try it out too. They're showing me like 2 books that are open. 2 books that are open. Maybe you always wanted to try horseback riding or rock climbing as well. Maybe something that has to do with cooking classes and other things that, I don't know, for some of you even archery. But it's very unique. Even the restaurants, the movies that you're going to go see and you're going to go dine in, they're quite unique. There's some sort of butterfly garden that's beautiful. You might have a date in a place. Maybe that's a butterfly garden. There's like tons and tons of butterflies. Beautiful, very romantic. But it's going to be a very solid relationship. For a lot of you, this could be your future spouse. For others of you, it's just a very long-term relationship. Because I feel I'm going to be honest with you, my darlings. I really am going to be honest over here. For some of you, you're going to friend zone this person and then date someone else. Maybe somebody who is a little bit toxic. And then you're going to come back to this person. And you're going to friend zone them. For others of you who are done with toxicity, who are very, very clear that they want peace of mind, this is a very beautiful love story that could develop over here. It's not the cheesy Hollywood romantic novels stuff, but it's very solid. Solid with a person who really hears you. Who sees you, who hears you. But constant reassurance and constantly there. But you know what? It feels so lighthearted, like you're not expected to want to do certain things or not want to do certain things. Because I'm not seeing judgment from this person. They're just like, yeah, okay, cool. Cool. Like they're not argumentative, they're not whatever. And like I said, for some of you, this person might seem, you might think that this person does not like you or does not love you. Because there won't be those like crazy emotional roller coasters that maybe you're used to, like in your previous relationships. And that's why some of you, you're going to friend zone this person. Date somebody who is going to make you question your decisions again for a short while and then come back to this person. And then come back. very, I want to say good looking, and this person is good looking, but you know that there's sort of people that they get better looking the more you get to know them. Oh, guys, I hope it's not too dark. Well, the candle illuminates what needs to be illuminated, so just trust me. Just trust me on this one. Yeah, so like I was saying, we when we like fall in love, we start glowing from the inside. It's a glow up. It's a good glow up. This is going to go both ways in your relationship. You are going to start looking better with a smile on your face and wanting to maybe, dress up a little bit more, whatever, do something to your hair. And so is this person, this partner of yours. They will also want to try something different, It's like you're kind of rubbing off on one another. But what I really like about this connection, it's so nice and smooth, first and foremost. So nice and smooth. Is the fact that there's no, like, one is above, one is below, one is smarter, one is dumber. No, you complement each other very nicely. You might not know something in one aspect and he does, and vice versa. So sometimes you're the teacher and he's the student. Sometimes it's the other way around. I'm only giggling because some of you, I know you thought about some role playing, and yes, it does happen over here as well. Because this person is open to experimentation. By the way, the sensual compatibility is quite nice. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's quite nice over here. And this person might be very much interested in nature. But I wouldn't expect this person to get jealous. I wouldn't expect this person to give you drama, Just doesn't do that way. Just doesn't work that way with this person. But it's very smooth, It's like, for whatever reason, it's like this beautiful warm blanket that just covers you. It's a very comfortable person. And the comfortable connection that's possible over here will want to protect you from quite a few things. Because what I see is calmness. What I see, it's like floating on clouds. No rough edges, no nothing. Remember how it started? with a T, with a line, with people here, and only a few selected ones there. Now thinking about it, I'm just thinking, that this person is also quite selective. So might have a few friends, but those friends are ride or die. And this is what this person is also looking for in a relationship, somebody who's a ride or die. For some of you, this person speaks in front of large crowds. Telling me that there's definitely going to be a way to show you that you are important to this person. They're telling me a lot of you're used to different ways of your exes showing you that you're important or not showing you that you're important. So here, like I said, it's a different connection. This person is coming in as a messenger of different type of love. Likes animals as well, very much. But so easygoing, so like relaxed, chill, but very smart, incredibly smart. Like I would say for somebody, this person is a genius. But geniuses can be quite quirky. Yeah. But this person, like, it's amazing. It's almost like a walking, talking Wikipedia. But also, you know, got the street smarts as well. You know, for majority of you, I don't see that this person has children. No, if you want children, this person will be a fantastic parent. But it's in the eyes. It's the eyes, Chico. It's the eyes. Something, it's like this energy of somebody who has the kindest, deepest eyes and looks at you with so much love. People can't help but notice. All right, let's add some light over here. And let's see. No, look how smooth it is. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me see the other side. Let me see this side first. Yeah, tortoise again. They keep on showing me it's something that develops relatively slowly. Might take you on a hot air balloon over here. A teardrop. I don't know if you guys wanted a pear diamond, yeah, as an engagement ring or whatever. Pear diamond is coming through over here. Here's the T. Might be driving a Tesla. Letter A is coming through. You know, it does look like a tree over here. A tree with loads and loads and loads of fruits. Yeah, we got the bark over here. It's very stable and it's just this gorgeous tree. And this is about stability. This is about good roots. This is about being able to settle down. And this is about good health as well. Yeah? Health in all ways. A healthy relationship, a healthy mind, a healthy body. And there's a lot of respect, but they're telling me that love comes very slowly with this one. The sort of love your spiritual team wants you to experience comes relatively slowly, but it's very smooth. It's retraining your nervous system to feel calm in a relationship, to feel safe in a relationship. That's, like I said, wives, for some of you, you're going to bail. It will be too suspicious, too new, too... Maybe for some of you, you'll be like, this is too boring, I can't. Give me drama. Yeah? And you go get your fix of drama, and then you understand that, no, maybe you don't need drama. So that's what I see for you, my darlings. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated. If you're up for a personal one, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the description box below this reading. My darling, take care.